Well, hello everyone. My name is Benjamin Nowak with the Smallmouth Experience, a 100% smallmouth focused channel. So if you guys love smallmouth bass fishing, please hit subscribe down below. It's going to let you know when I post more videos just like this one here, along with tips and trips all across the state of Michigan, all across the country. And this is another video in my buyer's guide series. So all winter long, every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m., you're going to get a buyer's guide video to help you guys prepare for next bass fishing season. In this one, we're talking about small accessories that I always carry with me in the boat, in the truck, no matter where I'm going, to stay prepared to catch smallmouth bass. And the first thing is one of the most critical pieces of equipment I have in my boat, and that is a good pair of scissors. For a long time, I tried to bite through my line, whether it was 8, 10, 12, 15-pound fluorocarbon line, and it messed up my teeth. So a good pair of scissors is a must-have. And what I like about these is they're stainless, they're small, they stay out of the way, and they're relatively inexpensive. I believe this cost me $6 at Walmart, so I always carry 2 pairs of these in the boat. So in case my buddy tries to toss them to me and he tosses them over the edge or accidentally knocks them over the edge, you're not going to break the bank buying a good pair of little scissors. And I'm really hard on my equipment. I fish in the cold. There's a lot of salt on the roads. Salt gets on my gear. And these have not rusted. They haven't gone bad. And what I like is they have a little serrated edge on them. So whether I'm fishing with braid, fluorocarbon, monofilament, I'm going to be able to cut through that line. And if they dull out, I'm not going to feel too bad about it. But these have lasted me all season long. And you can get them pretty much anywhere, whether it's Walmart, Tackle Warehouse, no matter where you're shopping for fishing equipment, I believe they carry these. No affiliation with Cuda brand, but they also make a bigger size. So if you have bigger mitts, you can get a bigger size. My buddy Alex Rudd has a pair that looks like lawn shears, and I believe they were like $10. So relatively inexpensive for a really good pair of scissors that's not going to rust, not going to go bad on you, and last you a long time. An absolute must-have in my boat. Kind of along those same lines is a good pair of split ring pliers. And these are the best ones that I found. These are the Texas Tackle split ring pliers. What I like about these, again, they're made out of really high quality steel, so they're not going to really rust on you. And they have that little claw right there that's going to help you change out your treble hooks really easily. I love fishing treble hook baits, whether it's jerk baits in the spring, blade baits in the winter, or crankbaits all year long. I need a good pair of split ring pliers, and these are the best that I've found. That little claw opens up that split ring really easily, so you can change out the hooks with relatively zero trouble. They make a bunch of different sizes. The best all-around size are the orange handle ones. And again, all this stuff is going to be linked in the description below, whether you buy it from Tackle Warehouse or whether you just want to figure out what it's called so you can go buy it wherever you buy your tackle. It'll all be linked in the description below for you guys. Kind of moving on to a little bit different topic is a rod sleeve. Now, a lot of people have seen these before, but what they do is they cover your rod. Your rod goes in here. It's basically like a Chinese finger trap, and it protects your rods. They're $6 or $7, but they're a must-have to protect your equipment. You're paying $100, $150, $400 for a rod. Spend the extra $4, $5, $6, and buy yourself a good rod sleeve. And there's a bunch of company that makes these rod socks. TRC, Bass Pro Shops has their own brand. There's a whole bunch of companies that make these. So go out, get yourself a set of rod sleeves for every rod that you own. Protect that piece of equipment, whether it's in your boat, whether it's in your truck, taking it to the lake, or you're just carrying your rods around. It's going to keep your rods from tangling up, protect your rods, and keep them really good and pristine condition for a long time. It's something I have on every single rod that I own because it's really a cheap way to protect your equipment. Now, this is something that over the past couple of years that have become a must-have, and that is a good pair of fishing gloves. And I've gone through a bunch of brands, whether it was Buff or Under Armour. The Fish Monkey gloves have been my favorite, and the reason for that is the palm that is on these. They have a little leather palm that's going to protect your hands when you're out there fishing so you don't get bass thumb, which is really not that fun to have. Like, yes, it's cool to be like, dude, I got bass thumb, but it's really miserable when you're trying to fish a lot. So these are going to protect your hands from that, but also with that little bit of leather palm, like if a crankbait comes out of a fish and you stick your hand up, it's going to protect your hand from getting hooks in it too badly. I mean, obviously it can still happen, but having that little bit of leather there can stop that from happening or prevent it from happening. And these have held together really well. I've used these for almost 2 years straight, and with the exception of a little bit of stitching issues, which have worn out, they've held together really well. So no matter if it's really cold out, really warm out, sunny, overcast, I'm always wearing these gloves. Another reason that these are a must-have is I've started to develop some sort of arthritis, right? So when it gets really cold, my hands will start to hurt. Or if my hands get really wet and miserable on those cold days, like it'll be hard for me to hold my fishing rod. And so having a pair of gloves with that compression on my hands keep my hands really a lot more comfortable on the water. So a good pair of fishing gloves is a must have for me. And basically any fisherman in your life would love these as well. The Fish Monkey brand, no affiliation with, but they're a great pair of gloves that are compressive and they protect your hands really well. And the best thing, they have that palm in them, and that really matters to me. Now we're going to move into this little piece of equipment on my sunglasses. These are called cables, and what they are, it's basically something to hold your sunglasses on your head, so if they come off, they're not going to fall into the lake. But what I like about the cables is they have this extendable back piece here, so you can change the size or tightness of these cables. And these are the mono version, but I like these because I can pin my glasses tight to my face, so when I'm like looking around, I don't have to worry about my glasses coming loose. It's going to make you be a lot more efficient on the water, and you're going to be like, Ben, that's a really hard sell. But when your glasses aren't constantly moving around, you're not having to adjust your glasses, change the way your glasses are sitting on your face, because they're always going to be sitting tight to your face, pinned to your head, by adjusting these cables to hold them tighter to your face. So these cables are something I really must have. I've had these for a couple of years now, whether it was this pair or a different set of cables, but they last a long time. They're great. They're a must have on every pair of sunglasses that I own. Now we're moving into some boat stuff that I always need to have in the boat. And the first one is a waterproof Plano box. I think this is $6, $5. But what I like about this thing is I can put really important things in this waterproof container and not have to worry about it. So I keep my boat registration in here. All of my things that I cannot have get wet goes in here. I lock it up. It's a small box and it keeps everything protected and safe when I'm on the water. Look right here. Here's a Flambeau version of the same style of box. I keep my camera batteries in this. So whether it's Plano or Flambeau, they both make really good waterproof style boxes that you can keep things in. It's going to keep your gear protected and dry when you're out there on the water. Whether you're backpacking, you're on a boat, whether you're on a kayak, a waterproof container like this is really, really critical to keep important pieces of documents or important things from getting wet. They also make big Plano boxes, which you can keep your tackle in, waterproof Plano boxes. I don't have any of those, but I'm assuming they do basically the same thing. Hold water out, and if there's water in the box, hold water in. So waterproof, watertight boxes, really, really must have in my boat. And I think I have 3 of these, not including this one, in the boat right now. So it's a really cool piece of equipment to keep stuff dry in the boat. Another thing that has become a must-have over the past couple of years is this KVD Line and Lure Conditioner. This is going to allow you to fish your line for a lot longer. One of my biggest concerns this year, basically going full-time doing stuff for monster bass and doing stuff fishing related, was how much line am I going to go through? And I was really worried, like, man, I'm going to go through a ton of line. Fluorocarbon, you have to change relatively a lot if you're fishing a lot with it. But this has really changed the way that I think about that, because if your line starts to get kind of coily or have some memory, I'll spray this into my spool. It's going to reduce some of that and allow you to fish that line a lot longer. So this has become a must-have. It's going to save you a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying it's going to change your fluorocarbon. Like, it's not going to make your fluorocarbon go from really bad to really great, but it can make that fluorocarbon or braid or monofilament last a lot longer. So I'll spray it on there when I spool it up, then I'll spray it on there occasionally as I start to notice my line getting some line memory. That's going to prevent me from having to change my line as often, and it's going to really last a little bit longer with this KVD Line and Lure Conditioner. Now, this bottle has lasted 2 years, I believe, so you can get a little bottle like this. It's going to last you relatively long time if you're not spraying it on there every trip out. Now talk about some boat maintenance stuff. This is what I use to keep my boat cleaned. This is the best thing that I found, and it is the Lucas Oil Slick Mist. So when I get off the water, I'm going to wipe my boat down, get the water off of my boat, and then I'm going to go behind that with this Lucas Oil Slick Mist. It's basically a speed wax, so you don't have to get out like the buffing wheel. You can still do that, right? Like, I still recommend you go buff your gel coat out on your boat probably occasionally once a year or so. But this is going to keep your boat looking a lot better. It's going to protect your gel coat and get that dirt and that grime and that water, all those water spots off of it. This is my favorite go-to for that. Lucas Oil Slick Mist keeps my boat looking shiny when I'm using my boat on a regular basis. So also going to prevent a lot of oxidation issues. When you have water spots and water sitting on your boat a lot, baking in the sun, you're going to want something to protect that gel coat, and by cleaning it, wiping it down, you're going to be able to do that a lot more effectively, and this is what I use. It's also environmentally friendly, so you don't have to worry about like the residue of this running off into the water and like hurting the fish. It's super easy to use, really environmentally friendly, and just a really easy product to use on your boat to keep it looking very nice. And the final thing, and I was debating whether or not to include these, are my favorite boat snack. And I'm not sponsored by Biggs. I used to work with them a little bit, but I always carry 1 or 2 or 3 bags of Big Seeds in the boat. These are my favorite flavor, dill pickle. They also make a great one, taco flavored. The Taco Bell flavored ones taste like Doritos. They're amazing. They're a really easy boat snack to carry in your boat. And the Big Seeds are the jumbo seeds, which is really, really nice. Great boat snack. Every time that people come in my boat, they're like, dude, you got the seeds? You got those seeds? I always have seeds in my boat. So Big Seeds, dill pickle, Old Bay, taco flavored are the absolute best. They also have a lot of really good flavors, but cracked pepper is another really good one. So this is basically my run through of little accessories that I recommend you guys always carrying when you're out there on the water. Bank fishing, boat fishing, wherever you're fishing, these are accessories that'll help you fish and have more fun fishing. If you guys have any questions or comments about any of this, please let me know in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more videos. Again, gear buyer's guides are coming out every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. and Sundays. I'm going to be launching tips videos, past trip videos, some other really cool things. Finally, I just launched my Patreon. We're going to be doing some really cool things over there. We're going to have really in-depth conversations that are going to be shared on there. I'm going to allow you guys to pick video topics, get early access to my video schedule. So you guys have a lot of really cool ways that we can interact through Patreon. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, it'll be linked down in the description as well. But as always, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, take care of tight lines. God bless. Pursue your passion.